Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I hope you enjoy today. Okay, we will presentation about implementing quality management. I would like to introduce my teams. Okay, the first speakers, Baya Sinurita. Time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Yasinurita, attendance number 30. Turning our attention now to implementing quality management. Let me start by giving you introduction. In the previous chapters, as a whole has provided sufficient detail on how to implement quality management. The approaches in this section are designed to provide a summary of the principles to keep in mind and an approach to successful trip. An important caveat is that this section is not intended to present best practices approach, or even such an approach does not exist. The following is a way, not the way. So now let's move on to the next slide. Ability to focus. If action to transform is to be taken, then the three elements must come together. Smith and Tyson, 1999, proposed one of the organizational learning models that apply equally well to quality. This is the will-focused capability model. For individuals to act, they need the will. This will be bound up with their personal motivations and the culture and politics of the organization. They also need the capability. This will mean they need to have the skills, techniques, and experience that allow them to deliver change. But to make it an attractive proposition to act, they must perceive that this is a priority for the organization. Leaders and managers must encourage and create an environment where the desired behaviors are supported by systems and procedures, as well as their own actions and statements. For the transformation to be effective, the three elements need to be kept in balance throughout the process. Okay, the next slide will be presented by Elvi Novianda.
Okay guys, I wish to continue explained by Yasinurita. To prepare the organization for transformation. Point 1, for most organizations, the transition to a quality management approach is nothing less than a completely transformation business culture. For this point, avoid using term culture as it is often used visually and self-defense. Point 2, for the changing the norms and behavior that have been built and reinforced over the years is not a trivial activity, so that the organization is ready for better change, because culture will be a sensitive chat and we are told for diversity. Because the use of the term culture is often used visually and self-defense. This process like it's not part of the culture here, or it's okay for Japanese people. This is the part their culture. In this context, it refers to culture as shared norms, mental models, attitudes, and acceptance behaviors that define how we do business. Moving to next slide. 3. Developing senior management commitment. There are point 1, the senior team needs to be role models for new attitudes and behavior, as well as providing resources for initiatives. They must realize how much effort they are personally responsible for including. Without active involvement, the program crashes when people see their leader behaving inappropriately with their boards. As leaders, it is necessary to make sure the team understands the vision and what it means to them. Moving to the next slide. For define vision, mission, measures, and guiding principles. There are include develop a vision and mission within the senior team, within a set of guiding principles that make sense to the organization. An important part of thinking here is developing an outlook on how you will recognize the improvements this approach makes adopted. This means developing measures and indicators that things are going in the right direction. This will be based on desired future circumstances and might include the following. 1. External measures of business performance. They are ultimately, this is what most organizations are passionate about. The correct measure here might be market share, customer satisfaction, profits, etc. To inter-performance measures, there are things like quality costs, employee satisfaction, process waste, and costs will give you an indication of what direct impact this has had on the business process. 3 measures of understanding and acceptance. It is important to keep measuring the organizations, the temperature respect for initiatives. Activity is important, so is attitude, how people feel about progress, etc. What went well and what require action. Okay, moving next slide by Hasnaditi.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hasnaditi, attendant list number 7. I would like to continue explanation by Elvin Novianda. Okay, the first slide. It is important that the measures are compatible with the behaviors that are associated with the new desired organizational culture and that potential unintended consequences are thought through, particularly if the measures are to be incentivized. Note that this is a recommended course of action. It is also important to decide on the time periods over which measurement will occur. You will also need a blend of measures. Penting bahwa tindakan tersebut kompatibel dengan perilaku yang terkait dengan organisasi baru yang diinginkan. Budaya dan potensi konsekuensi yang tidak diinginkan dipikirkan, terutama jika tindakan tersebut akan diberi insentif. Penting juga untuk memutuskan periode waktu pengukuran yang mana yang akan terjadi. Next slide. Engage the wider organization. Once the strategic direction is agreed and clarified at senior levels, it is time to spin out the ideas to the rest of organization. What is required is enthusiastic and comprehensive communication. The most important rule of communication is that it is two-way. This is not simply an exercise in telling. It's also an exercise in listening. There are several sub-steps within this step. Launch the principles, vision and mission. Consult and integrate. Deploy Hoshin Kanri and the catchball process to engage staff in the change rather than just involve them in delivering it. The leaders must allow them to have a say in how the vision can be delivered. Diagnose the organization and conduct a gap analysis. The key element of all this step is the empowerment of the vast majority of the workforce and their active engagement in the decision-making process, not just in delivering the action which come out of them. Libatkan organisasi yang lebih luas. Setelah arahan strategis disetujui dan diklarifikasi di tingkat senior, sekarang saatnya untuk menyebarkan gagasan ke seluruh organisasi. Yang dibutuhkan adalah komunikasi yang antusias dan komprehensif tentunya. Aturan komunikasi yang paling penting adalah ada 2 arah. Ini bukan sekadar latihan menceritakan, ini juga latihan mendengarkan. Ada beberapa sub langkah di dalamnya. Langkah tersebut antara lain meluncurkan prinsip, visi dan misi, konsultasi dan integrasi, menerapkan Hoshin Kanri dan proses catchball. Untuk melibatkan staf dalam perubahan daripada hanya melibatkan mereka dalam menyampaikannya. Para pemimpin harus memungkinkan mereka untuk memiliki suara tentang bagaimana visi dapat disampaikan, diagnosis organisasi, dan lakukan analisis kesenjangan. Elemen kunci dari semua langkah ini adalah pemberdayaan sebagian besar tenaga kerja dan keterlibatan aktif mereka dalam proses pengambilan keputusan, tidak hanya dalam menyampaikan tindakan yang dihasilkannya. Okay, next slide. Take action to achieve transformation. First one, develop improvement project. Having established priorities from the activities in the previous section, the next step is to begin to work on the improvements. First point, establish the improvement system. Set up initial project. Identify and train staff. Generate quick wins. Review projects. Celebrate success and learn from projects. And the last one is review the initiative and religion priorities. Ambil tindakan untuk mencapai transformasi. Kembangkan proyek perbaikan. Setelah menetapkan prioritas dari kegiatan di bagian sebelumnya, langkah selanjutnya adalah mulai mengerjakan perbaikan. Tetapkan sistem perbaikan. Siapkan proyek awal. Identifikasi dan latih staf-staf yang ada. Hasilkan kemenangan cepat, tinjauan proyek, rayakan kesuksesan, dan belajar dari proyek. Dan yang terakhir yaitu tinjau inisiatif dan setel kembali prioritas. Okay, next explanation by Rina Novianti.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rina Novianti. I will explain about tools to transform. Oke, guys, di sini saya akan menjelaskan tentang tools to transform dan communicative, review, diagnosa, dan revitalis. Jadi, tools to transform ini adalah there are many books on tools and techniques to support quality. Six Sigma, yaitu principle and practice. This book is intended to deal with the principle and approach to quality management rather than the detail of the tools and techniques. So, we'll not look at them in significant detail. Sedangkan komunikatif, review, diagnose, and revitalisme yaitu keep review open, honest, and process focused in order to get the most out of them. Okay, moving to the next slide. Okay, the last slide is critical success factors. There are innumerable texts on the factors which led to success in deploying quality management, and consensus is pretty widespread. The following are a summary. Jadi, ada 7 faktor keberhasilan. Yang pertama yaitu senior management commitment. Senior management commitment ini adalah faktor keberhasilan terpenting dari hampir semua penelitian. Yang kedua yaitu strategic alignment and customer focus. Yaitu, hal ini memungkinkan organisasi untuk memperoleh manfaat maksimal aktivitas perbaikan dengan memastikan mereka mengerjakan hal-hal yang paling penting. Selanjutnya, widespread engagement, yaitu semakin banyak orang yang secara aktif mengerjakan, maka semakin baik. Selanjutnya, good infrastructure and supports, yaitu pada dasarnya sumber daya harus tersedia di tempat, waktu, dan kualitas untuk memungkinkan eksekusi yang efektif, termasuk uang, orang, pelatihan, dan keahlian. Selanjutnya yaitu learning. Jadi, di sini learning ini adalah seluruh sistem perlu fokus pada menghasilkan pembelajaran yang berkelanjutan serta perbaikan yang berkelanjutan. Selanjutnya, yaitu good measurement and recognition system. Yaitu, untuk membangun kesuksesan, perlu mengukur dan mempertahankan komitmen yang dibutuhkan untuk mengenali usaha dan hasil. Dan yang terakhir yaitu communication. Jadi, communication ini adalah hal terpenting juga untuk mencapai faktor sukses, yaitu sedangkan komunikasi ini adalah sumber kehidupan dari setiap sistem manajemen kualitas dan suatu yang efektif untuk memungkinkan organisasi agar organisasi ini berkembang dan prioritasnya untuk ditinjau dan ditangani. Oke, thank you for attention guys. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.